I'm going to try to keep this short and to the point. I want to show you some footage, and it's not pretty, so viewer discretion is advised. And if I butcher names, I apologize. I am a product of the American school system, after all. In Stage 9 of the 2011 Tour de France, an incident happened that brings to light something larger, but let me show you the incident first.
A little bit of chaos, just having a quick look
in
here.
Fact, there's been a crash here. Oh, goodness me, that hit the side of the car.
Gee.
And that was the French television car going by him there.
Well, that was ridiculous.
I can't find any reference to how fast they were going, but suffice to say that the guy in the back snapped a fence post with the sheer force of his body. That guy is Johnny Hoogerland, and the fence he was launched into is barbed wire. It tore him up pretty bad. They expect he's going to need 30 stitches. He did get back up, and he did finish the race, and for his efforts he got King of the Mountain, and he shared the combative or most aggressive rider award with Juan Antonio Fleca. Juan is the guy who actually got hit by the car, and he also got back up and kept riding. As of this moment, the driver of the car has been thrown off the tour, but no law enforcement actions have been announced. To be fair, it hasn't even been 48 hours, but a similar incident earlier in the tour resulted in the motorcycle driver being thrown off the tour with no interference by local law enforcement. Okay, so why do I mention this? I mean, this is a paintball channel. Well, let me show you this too. March 2004, the Bertuzzi incident that I keep talking about.
He's got a smirk on his face. It's unbelievable. As you said, you're opening up a big can of worms,
I'll tell you,
folks.
because they promised they get him. Now watch it. Suckers him from behind and drives his head into the ice.
Mora was treated for 3 fractured vertebrae in his neck, a grade 3 concussion, vertebral ligament damage, stretching of the brachial plexus nerves, and facial lacerations, and that shot pretty much ended his career. Bertuzzi cried in front of the cameras a couple days later. Whether he was sincere or not, you get to be the judge.
Comments for Steve. Steve, I just want to apologize for what happened out there. That I had no intention on hurting you. That I feel awful for what transpired.
And he was fined and suspended for 17 months. Bertuzzi was formally charged with assault causing bodily harm, in which he plea bargained down to 80 hours of community service and a year's probation. The civil lawsuit is still pending, and I remember at the time, a lot of people were very angry and upset, saying that it's just a game, what happens in the game is what happens in the game. I mean, cops shouldn't get involved, so people said. This brings me to paintball. People will more than happily sign the waiver form and assume that anything that happens in the field is just what happens in the field. But just a simple search on paintball fight will show you the video that I'm showing you here, and apparently both sponsors of the teams involved thought that the fight was hilarious and they just brushed it off. As a society, we have this belief that a sporting arena is just not congruent with reality. Somehow, laws and just human decency seem to not apply to one's actions on the sporting floor. Somehow it's fine to light a guy up on a paintball field, but would you punch this same guy in the face if he was shopping at a grocery store? Probably not, but on the field of play, right, anything goes. The irony is that paintball tries to market itself as a game of honor and integrity, and yet at our highest levels of play, it just isn't.
As you well know, victory is no longer achieved through skill, but through treacherous means. It's no longer a sport of honor.
Somehow the ability to cause harm is used as its justification. Well, you have to expect that, or these guns shoot so fast, and all those other excuses. All of which deflects the blame and maintains the lie. Players won't accept responsibility, the industry won't take accountability, in the end the whole sport suffers. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this Tour de France situation because I sort of have an interest in it, in the fact that I want to see what happens legally to this guy, because in the civilian world, that would have been a hit-and-run accident, and that guy would be being chased by law enforcement. When I asked on the show if lighting up a minor could cause legal repercussions, I never did get a solid answer. The truth is that it's going to take some kid getting massively injured to find out, and I never want to find out.